Concert in the Bonner Park, and we've got a really special concert. We're going to make it worthwhile for you folks today. We've got a husband and wife team that are just dynamite. Carrie's done a great job of programming. Good stuff coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join us now as we salute our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Well, we do have a birthday that's been reported. I understand the birthday also celebrates the halfway mark of summer. Lois Van Mill in our clarinet section. Lois, wave hello. There she is. I believe she's 39 this Saturday.
Halfway point of summer.
Happy birthday, Lois. Let's play it for her.
There you go.
Now, Mr. Gillette is elected to start things out correctly with the George Rosencrantz March. George Rosencrantz truly loved his tiny high school alma mater, Penfield High in Penfield, Pennsylvania. For over 3 decades after he graduated, he would play the piano at all graduations. The story goes that the stage floor he played on was not level, and such was his fervor at the keyboard that while he started playing, seated at the bench, he would end up playing crouched over the piano, following it as it moved to the lower end of the stage. When we play this march, we intend to mimic the same Rosencrantz fervor, but somehow manage to hold on to our seats. This is Public School March by George Hendricks Rosencrantz, and it's dedicated to the stalwart people who come out on a soggy day.
This Rosencrantz is for you.
Well, new to our repertoire, we're coming up with Mayflower Overture, written by contemporary composer Ron Nelson in 1958. It's a three-section tone poem depicting the epic journey of the pilgrims to the New World. The first section gives the listener the impression of being in Plymouth, England for the start of the journey. The second section depicts the powerful storms that plague the crossing, and the third celebrates the landing in the New World. The themes for the overture are three pilgrim hymns taken from the Ainsworth Psalter, very old. This special thanks tonight, we had an instrument especially created. Special thanks to Eric Klein, the bike doctor, who is also instrument maker par excellence. Demonstration.
Pick it up. Hold on.
It's a thunder machine.
There we go.
Excellent work. This is the Mayflower Overture by Ron Nelson.
If I could just cue the thunder to come in, it would have been even much more easy.
Well, we're going to have one of our guest artists come up to the stage now. This is Christine Robertson. She's going to do I Could Have Danced All Night. Of course, it's a song from a Lerner Loewe musical, My Fair Lady. She's making her second appearance with the city band. She is a busy singing actress with many professional credits in musical theater, opera, and oratorio. Last month, she was seen as Vi in Footloose at the Little Theater on the Square in Sullivan, Illinois, which was named by USA Today as one of the top 10 places to see the lights way off Broadway. She also just completed a tour as a guest soloist with the United States Air Force Brass and Blue Ensemble. They're good stuff. Last November, Christine was the soprano soloist for the Messiah with the Iowa City Chamber Singers. She has also been a soloist with the Virginia Symphony, the Rockford Symphony, and the Breckenridge Musical Festival, where she will solo again this summer. This fall, she'll make her debut at the Skylight Opera Theater in Milwaukee as Lucy in the world premiere opera, The Rivals by Kirk Meacham. Her credits span the Midwest, the Rocky Mountains, and the East Coast, including several productions at the historic Walnut Street Theater in Philadelphia. She is proud to have gotten her professional start in Big Fort summer playoffs. We're proud she's here with us tonight. Tonight's arrangement is of I Could Have Danced All Night is by our friend Jim Eversole. Jim, there he is, good to see you. Jim actually conducted the city band for a year. I believe it was 1962 or 3? Two. I should have stuck with my first guess. Anyway, please give a warm Missoula City Band welcome to Christine Robertson. I Could Have Danced All Night.
And if I may have a brief word before we begin, I just want to say how impressed I am that all of you are here tonight. Such a loyal, concert-going audience, and it's also really humbling to see all of you guys out there on a night like this, supporting your community band and supporting live music, so I think you deserve to give yourself a hand. You guys are hardy Montana folks out there.
Couldn't sleep tonight, not for all my dreams.
Thanks so much, Christine. Christine Robertson will be coming back with us later on in the program. We're giving hair detergent Gillette a break, or maybe we're getting one. Taking the podium is Deb Nelson Rosbarski. She's played for years in our clarinet section. She teaches school in Charlotte and gives private clarinet and saxophone lessons here in town. Your announcer can personally attest to the fact that she makes one of the finest potato salads in the world. No kidding, honest to goodness. The multi-talented Deb's going to lead us through In Celebration, a 1995 work written by Australian composer Rafe Holtgren. Thanks, Deb. Nice job. In Celebration. Well, we're going to have the other half of our guest husband and wife team come out tonight. Jemmie Robertson He's going to play the Bluebells of Scotland. This work has been arranged by Arthur Pryor, who was the first trombone virtuoso and a member from 1892 of the famous Sousa Band in the USA. In 1903, he formed his own band and was highly successful as its director. He was also a heck of a composer. You might have heard of The Whistler and His Dog. That was by Arthur Pryor. Technologically, the piece is limited strictly to the best of trombonists, one of which we have here in Missoula tonight. Jemmie Rosertson is a professor of trombone at Eastern Illinois University and performs with the Artemis Chamber Brass of Chicago and the Breckenridge Music Festival. He also has performed with the Lyric Opera of Chicago, Music of the Baroque, Chicago Chamber Musicians, and many other area ensembles. This spring, Jemmie performed as principal trombone of the Santo Domingo Festival Orchestra in the Dominican Republic. His solo CD, A New Day Dawning, is available on MSR Classics. Jemmie completed a Doctor of Music at Northwestern University and also holds degrees from Yale and the University of Northern Colorado. Previously, Jemmie was a member of the Virginia Symphony and the U.S. Air Force Heritage Band of America. He is the stepson of our own Jim Eversole in the audience, so there's a connection all through this tonight. And be prepared to be impressed. We're going to play trombone showpiece, The Bluebells of Scotland by Arthur Pryor.
Jemmie Rosertson! This could have been a little bit out of the range. Baby, that'll shake the rain out of your umbrella, huh? See, if we hadn't done it tonight, we would have all missed everything that Jemmie and Christine doing tonight. So it's well worth it, man. We appreciate you being here. There's more to come after we dry off a bit.
Next up's the Sousa March, George Washington Bicentennial March, to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. A Bicentennial Commission held a gala celebration. The climax of the celebration was an impressive ceremony at the Capitol Plaza on February 22nd, 1932. Sousa composed the George Washington Bicentennial March for this event. At this event, which was next to his last appearance before his death, Sousa conducted the combined bands of the U.S. Army, Navy, and Marine Corps in the new march. Although written at the very end of his career, he would die within 2 weeks after conducting this and writing this. This brilliant and innovative march is considered one of Sousa's finest accomplishments. Here now is Sousa's George Washington Bicentennial March.
While Bill is changing his music, I want you to know that the hardcore fans are keeping us here. Usually the rule for musicians, the unwritten rule is always you look out to your audience, and you count up, and then you count the same number of people on stage. And when the number of audience is less than the number of participants on stage, that's usually a point where you start looking around going, hey, maybe it's time to call this gig. Hey, you outnumber us, folks. We're sticking through this.
Yeah!
How about that?
That was great, Gary. Thank you. How do you come up with this stuff? I have to take notes. Well, Johann Strauss Jr., you may know him as the Waltz King, having mastered the waltz and polka genre, set his eyes on operetta and conquered this area also with an output of 14 popular operettas. Still regularly performed today is the Gypsy Baron. We shall now play medleys from Strauss's The Gypsy Baron. This is called Gypsy Baron Suite. And we start with number 2, is that right? We start with number 2 and then go to number 1.
Yes.
That was Gary's idea too.
Just make sure the band understands that too. Start with number 2, okay? officially declared it let up. It's barely sprinkled.
Well, Christine will be joining us again, this time with O Mio Bambino Cara, or Oh My Dear Papa. It's a soprano aria from Puccini's only comic opera, Gianni Schicchi, written in 1918. One of the most recognized arias in music literature, it is now often performed alone or as an encore. Now, we welcome Christine Rosertson back to stage while she performed this wonderful classic, O Mio Bambino Caro, another fine band arrangement by Jim Eversole. As Gary pointed out in rehearsal, if that doesn't make you think of Alfredo Chipolato, I don't know what would. We sure miss our friend. Well, we're at our last number. Special thanks go out to our guests, the husband right team of Christine and Jemmie Rosertson. Thank you, folks. What a treat, honest to goodness. Thanks, Jim, for those wonderful arrangements. Thank Deb Nelson-Rosbarski. Great job conducting. Next week, another special concert with local gal Allie Beatty, clarinetist extraordinaire, and we'll be joined by the Air National Guard of Northwest Band from Spokane. Yeah, I'm talking music here, folks. This will be great. Until next week, on behalf of Gary and the band, thanks for letting us share our music with you. Let's finish up with a piece that's sure to take off. This is the Airport March by R.B. Eisenberg. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Sure to take off, man. He took all day long to come up with that line, didn't he? Hey, and as an added bonus for all you stalwart, wonderful fans, you notice that it was no mistake that we didn't send our collectors out. It's just so wonderful to have you here. Keep that money in your pocket, okay? Thank you for being here.
See you next week.